I have a personal announcement to make. I recently signed a new contract with ABC News. Now, typically the chief legal analyst re-signing a contract is not really news. I get that. I didn't announce it last time I renewed, but there is something that feels different now. As the news business shifts to empower independent creators, and by the way, I am also one of them, I'm convinced there is still serious value in being connected to a major news operation like ABC News. See, it's really easy to sit on the outside and critique these organizations and highlight errors or perceived errors. And to be clear, I do that sometimes too. Heck, I own Mediaite, the site that covers the media. But actually being in the trenches, trying to gather and break news, what an ABC News does every day, is actually hard and admirable. It's much harder than just getting to sort of cherry pick potential issues from the outside. Now, the political coverage is what creates the controversy. It's just a piece of what a mainstream news operation does. And this is the most important point. Despite all the sniping, the public still appreciates it. The flagship ABC show, World News with David Muir, isn't just the most popular news show in America. It's regularly the most popular show on all of television. So anyone who says broadcast news is dead isn't paying attention. Now, let me be clear. This sort of sentiment is not a way for me to gain social media or YouTube followers, right? It's not going to help. Partisans on the right and the left, they want to hear about how corrupt the mainstream media is in one way or another. It is a big, easy, juicy target. But see, I see from the inside how hard all the people there work to try to get stories right. Do they succeed 100% of the time? No, but it's the exception, not the rule when a real mistake is made. The level of care that is taken on shows like Good Morning America, World News, and at the other networks too, would, or at least, I guess, should make people proud, or at least instill a sense of confidence. Look, I am well aware that some don't like the network or any of the networks for that matter. Many don't like any mainstream news operations. They don't trust they're owned by large corporate entities. Others just think they're completely biased. I get it. But they also deserve credit that they rarely get these days. Does that mean I agree with every decision and report on ABC News? Absolutely not. But I don't agree with every decision and report on Mediaite.com, and I own it. So I've been asked a lot about my future there because I recently left a gig hosting a nightly show on an upstart cable news network called NewsNation. I left that job only because the amount of work hosting and producing a nightly show was just getting too much, and considering how many other things I do. But in a new media world where so many are leaving big news organizations, either voluntarily or involuntarily, I'm keeping a foot in, not because I need to, but because I want to. Those other things I do have allowed me the luxury of picking and choosing. After I sold my company, Law and Crime, I could choose to focus on projects that I love, like hosting this show and On Patrol Live on Reels, as well as a variety of shows for A&E, and even opening a new restaurant in New York in the fall. The bottom line is that the assortment of things I do doesn't fit neatly into a clear identity. And some people, by the way, who I work with in one area won't and don't like what I do in another. But see, that's consistent with what I preach on a daily basis here, acceptance of differing views. You don't have to agree, but just try to remain intellectually honest and consistent. When I'm doing legal analysis, I'll sometimes be accused of being biased or unfair. Tends to be from both the defense and prosecutors, from both sides of the political aisle as well. ABC News wants a best effort at fairness from me in analyzing legal issues. But see, balance isn't what sells in the new media world. You have to pick a side, a cause. So I am happy and proud to keep my foot in that old media world. At ABC, where they aren't just critics, but actually the ones doing the reporting. Look, I'm just an analyst. So I'll continue to criticize the mainstream media as I see fit. But I will also do what few seem willing to do right now, which is give them credit and say that I am proud to be continuing my role there and, of course, here.